Hello everyone, welcome to Carnage Reviews. You're not going to hear Christmas music here. My name is Eric, and today we're looking at the very underrated and third film from Clive Barker, Lord of Illusions. If you have not done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Just click that subscribe button, along with the bell icon, to be notified when I upload new content. Lord of Illusions was directed by Clive Barker. It stars Scott Bakula, Kevin J. O'Connor, Famke Janssen, and Daniel von Bargen. Lord of Illusions opens in a desert where a cult resides. The cult is led by a man named Nyx, also known as the Puritan. Nyx has special powers, such as levitation and being able to control fire. After learning he has kidnapped a young girl, former disciples of Nyx, led by a man named Swan, arrive to stop him. Nyx gets shot by the young girl, and Swan and his friends bind and bury him. Years later, we meet a private detective named Harry D'Amour, who is drawn to the dark side. While investigating insurance fraud, Harry has a run-in with Butterfield, a follower of Nyx who attacks Quaid. Quaid is one of the people who helped Swan defeat Nyx. Swan is now a famous illusionist, who believes Nyx may be coming back. After seeing him in the newspaper, Swan's wife Dorothea hires Harry to investigate, believing that Swan may be in trouble. During one of his performances, an accident results in Swan's death. As Harry digs deeper, he learns that Swan may have had actual power. He also learns that something evil is coming. When people think about Clive Barker films, most would think of Hellraiser or Nightbreed. Sadly, Lord of Illusions gets overlooked. And even more sadder, I think it's safe to say at this point that Lord of Illusions is the last directed Clive Barker film. There's a lot to like about this movie. It has that cool Clive Barker imagery, and it's also very different from his other two films in that it has a film noir style to it. It's very much a mixture of horror film and detective film. Just to note, the version that I'm discussing here is the director's cut version, which adds more story and a bit more violence. As far as how it compares to the theatrical cut, I honestly don't remember because I have not seen the theatrical cut in quite some time. Scott Bakula is very likable as D'Amour and does a really good job in the role. You know, it's too bad this movie didn't become a hit because it would have been cool to see a whole film series centered around this character. It could have been like the horror version of James Bond. In the movie, there's kind of like some subtle hints that maybe that's the direction they were trying to go in, but I'm not entirely sure.
You must walk the line between heaven and hell. It's your destiny.
You don't have a clue what you're into, do you?
Deep shit.
There are some CGI effects in the film that, well, don't look great. In fact, they're pretty cringy to look at. The practical effects in the film do look good, though. Now, Lord of Illusions was released in 1995, so I imagine around this time CGI was still in its infancy. I wish we could have spent more time with the Nyx character and maybe learn a bit more about him. Maybe see him with the cult more, maybe see them do more culty things. Maybe even see Swan meet Nyx for the first time, perhaps. Now, I imagine this was all done by design because the film is very much supposed to be about the Harry D'Amour character. Lord of Illusions is based on a short story also written by Clive Barker called The Last Illusion, and it's the one short story by Clive Barker I haven't read, so I don't know how it compares to the film. Lord of Illusions has an interesting plot, and the main character is likable and interesting as well. I do wish that, at parts, the story was a bit more fleshed out. Overall, though, it will keep your attention. If you're a fan of Clive Barker and you have not seen this movie, I highly recommend you check it out. I give Lord of Illusions 3.5 skulls. Thanks for checking out today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please tap that like button. If you've seen Lord of Illusions, let me know in the comments what you think about the film. If you have not done so already, please also consider subscribing to the channel. And I also just want to apologize for this video being late. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I kind of have a cough still, even though I'm hiding it pretty well, I think, for the most part. But I've had to do multiple takes just of this one part here because of this dang cough. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully I'll be back on track soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.